Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mitsuko, so thank you so much for watching this video. Today I'm going to be trying the new concealers from Haus Labs, and I'm pretty excited because I truly love everything that I've tried from the brand. So the foundation, the setting powder, the powdered blush, and then also the pigment. Everything is truly amazing, especially the foundation, which I am wearing today. So let's get into this review. So I made my purchase on the Sephora application for the Rouge First Access. And to be honest, I was happy I did that because it is completely sold out. I think everyone is super excited about this. I find it pretty easy to find my shade because there's a chart that gives you a recommendation based on the foundation. I am 440 in the foundation, so I got two recommendations. One to conceal, which is number 40, and then one to highlight, which is 32. And I picked the two shades that were recommended. So I'm hoping the two are gonna work for me. So this is the packaging for the concealer. It's exactly the same thing as the foundation. So these are the two shades that I picked up. The concealer and then the foundation. Pretty much the same. I like that it's sleek and it is pretty simple. You have the logo at the top. You have more information at the bottom. It's beautiful as well. And it is heavy. So this is the 440. I can use this one to spot conceal. Also just conceal my dark circles if I'm going for something natural. Now this one is the number 32 and I can use this one to highlight. I don't know how bright this is going to be, but I typically like to layer my concealers and then have some type of brightness when it comes to my under eyes. So we'll see how bright this one is. So you get a total of 7 ml and then this retails for 43.50 Canadian and then 32 USD. Looking at the information on the Sephora website, this is described as a lightweight, long-wearing, non-comedogenic concealer that does more than cover. So it visibly blurs, depuffs, brightens, and also conceal with a medium buildable coverage, which is my favorite type of coverage when it comes to concealer. This has a liquid formula. It will give you a natural finish. Again, this is vegan, cruelty-free. Now this concealer also has a lot of great skincare benefits. Now some of the key ingredients are niacinamide, which is known to brighten and also boost skin hydration. Now you also have the fermented Arnica, which is also included in the foundation. Now this one reduces the look of redness and irritation. And then there's hyaluronic acid complex that will visibly plump and hydrate your skin. So these are the swatches for the concealers. 40 is at the top and then 32 is at the bottom. So I wanted to compare the concealers to the foundation, and I have to say 40 looks pretty close to the foundation shade, which I am pretty happy. Now this one looks very peach, so I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks like on my face. But essentially 40 is described as a deep golden, and then 32 is described as a medium golden. I did pretty much everything off camera for my face. I'm just missing the concealer and also obviously the setting powder and the blush, you know, all the good stuff. I still have to finish my eyes after. So we're gonna start with number 40. Okay, and then I'm using my hourglass brush for this. Okay, definitely medium coverage. It blends pretty well actually. I feel like it didn't require a lot of effort and it looks really natural. The finish is beautiful on the skin. I mean, that's it. Going to add a little bit more just to see if I can have more coverage. So far it looks pretty good. I'm happy with this side. It didn't take a lot of effort for me to blend it and it looks great actually. It did cover my dark circle. I mean, I can still see a little bit of it peeking through. So I agree, it is definitely a medium. Buildable, I don't know. I just want to blend the other side with a sponge just to see if it makes a difference. Okay, I think I need a little bit more with the sponge. I find it easier to blend the concealer with the brush. I don't hate the sponge, but I prefer the brush for sure. Made it easier for me. and I think the coverage is a lot better with the brush. I'm going to use 32 just to brighten. This shade is a little bit too peachy for me, but we'll see what it looks like once everything is blended and layered. Again, pretty easy to blend it with the brush. I'm not crazy about the application with the sponge. On this side, you can see the darkness a lot more than this side. I'm going to add more because it's not even. I'm going to mix these two. Adding more 40 because I think that's what I'm missing. See how easy it is to blend with the brush? Because I'm not crazy about this one on its own, I'm going to mix the two just to highlight the rest of my face, so basically my T-zone, and then using a brush for this. Like, look how easily it blends. Like, it just melted into my skin. It's so lightweight. Typically with my other concealers, it takes me a little bit more work, or I have to go in with the sponge just to blend out the edges, but with this, it looks beautiful. I'm going to take the Haus Labs setting powder. This one is in a shade Golden. I'm just going to set everything. I'm not baking. This concealer is pretty good so far. I don't feel a rush to do it right away because it's not setting into my fine lines. At least not like the other concealers. So I'm going to finish the rest of my face off camera, come back and then share with you my final thoughts. So this is the final look and I'm happy with it so far. Now when it comes to the two shades, 40 is my favorite. I'm not crazy about 32. It's leaning towards the peach side, which is not typically what I go for. So I think I would have to either return it or get another shade that is more within my preference. When it comes to the formula, it's pretty interesting because it's a little bit thick, but it doesn't feel heavy at all on the skin. Now, I didn't have any issues blending the two shades together or on their own. They blend like a dream. They do feel hydrating on the skin, and I do think a little bit goes a long way. Now, I did apply a lot, especially on this side, but it doesn't feel heavy at all on my skin. Also, another thing I noticed is how fast it sets. Like, it doesn't move. Once you apply it, you blend it, you are good to go. It will stay in place. Now I did go in and set it with a light setting powder. Now when it comes to the coverage, I do like it. Again, I love a medium buildable coverage and this one is pretty good. Now you can tell the difference between the two eyes. Again, this one I use a brush and I feel like the coverage is pretty even and gives me a good medium. Now on this side, I use the sponge, but then I went in with a brush and you can still see a little bit of the darkness peeking through. So I think if you're using a brush, you will have a better and fuller application. So if that's what you like, definitely go for that. But if you want something a little bit more natural or a light coverage, light to medium coverage, use a sponge.